Have you ever noticed, no matter where you look, Africa, the Americas, Europe, or even the animal kingdom, females have often played the same roles? Even across continents and cultures that have never met, the patterns are strikingly similar. But in the last century, something big has changed, and this had a huge impact, especially on African American mothers. Well, I want to dive into why and what it means for us today. Across ancient Africa, Europe, Asia, and the Americas, women were the backbone of the home. They raised the children, they managed households, and they kept the communities together. Explorers in the New Worlds found women doing the same thing as women back home: cooking, nurturing, teaching, and preserving traditions. So remember, these people never had any contact with each other. And they went there doing the exact same thing in the same ways. Also, in many societies, women were the healers, they were the midwives and the spiritual leaders, but rarely were they the warriors or the rulers. Just like the matriarch, elephant, or queen bee, women have often been the glue of holding families and communities together, even if they weren't always in the spotlight. So in the wild, female elephants, orcas, and bees, they run the show. The matriarch leads the herd and the queen bee keeps the hive alive. Among lions, lioness do the hunting and feeding, while males, being a smaller population, often guard the pride. These patterns show that females are often central to survival and stability, even if they're not always the face of leadership. In the US today, over 70% of African American children are born to single mothers, and only about 31% of Black Americans are actually married. Nearly half of Black women have never been married, and a number that's going to rise for decades. This means that Black women are now responsible for everything: raising the kids, working, running the household, and keeping traditions alive, all without a partner. I hear a lot of guys say that they want a traditional woman. Well, how are they going to be a traditional woman when they got to work too and bring in all the income? Most Black women will actually never get married. And when they do, the median age is nearly 30. So by this time, they already have multiple children and they often have more miles on them than Southwest. In societies and the animal groups where females lead, it's often about survival and keeping the group together. But in the last 100 years, rapid social and economic changes have pushed women, especially Black women, into roles far beyond which was considered natural or even traditional. You see, the loss of stable jobs for Black men, mass incarceration, and policies that penalize two parent households have all contributed to the shift. Over the last century, women have entered the workforce in record numbers, often out of necessity, not just choice. Many African American mothers now juggle paid employment with all the responsibilities at home, leading to what's called the double burden. This pressure is intense. Research shows women experience higher stress levels than men, and Black single mothers face even more stress from financial strain, solo parenting, and also social expectations. The superwoman schema, the expectation to do it all, leads to burnout and also mental health risks. From a biblical perspective, women were created as helpers and partners, not to carry every burden alone. The Hebrew word ezer for helper is even used for God, highlighting strength and indispensable support, not servitude or endless sacrifice. When women are forced to take on every role, provider, nurturer, disciplinarian, and more, it's overwhelming and it's not what was originally intended. So, no matter where we look in history, the Bible or the animal kingdom, women have always been central to survival, stability, and progress. But as society changes, so do the roles that women play. For African American mothers, these changes have been especially dramatic, often leading to overwhelming stress and additional challenges. It's time to recognize these pressures, support one another, and also rethink how we value and share responsibilities. If you found these facts eye opening, hit that like button, subscribe, and please drop a comment. So tell me this: do you think that women's roles are natural, cultural, or a mix of both? And also, how have you seen these patterns play out in your own community? Hey, y'all, let's keep the conversation going. Thank you.